All right, thank you everyone for coming in. At this time we have, before we start the meeting, we have 3 public hearings. So I'm going to read through those, and if there's anyone who is wanting to speak on one of those public hearings, just prepare yourself to speak. You have 3 minutes to speak. At this time I'd like to open a public hearing for the ordinance to amend the stormwater management ordinance with changes made by the County of Lexington. Is there anyone who would like to speak? If there are none, I'll close the ordinance, the public hearing for the ordinance to amend the stormwater management ordinance with changes made by the County of Lexington. At this time, I'd like to open the second public hearing for this evening. It's an ordinance to rezone property located at 645 Academy Street from C1 General Commercial to C2 Transitional Commercial. Is there anyone who would like to speak on this? If there are none, I will close the public hearing for the ordinance to rezone property located at 645 Academy Street from C1 to General Commercial to C2 Transitional Commercial. Third public hearing for this evening is ordinance to rezone property located at 459 North Lee Street from R2 General Residential to R1A Single Family and Manufactured Housing Residential. Is there anyone who would like to speak on this public hearing? If there are none, I will close the public hearing for the ordinance to rezone property located at 459 North Lee Street from R2 General Residential to R1A Single Family and Manufactured Housing Residential. And now, I'd like to call our meeting to order. It is November the 8th, 7 o'clock, a little after 7. Batesburg-Leesville at our beautiful town hall complex. Thank you all for being here. And at this time, Pastor Kent Suits, if you would come up and give us our invocation, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, councilmen and women, for allowing me this opportunity again. In light of the installations that are happening and the recognition of our council refreshing, I guess, tonight, I would like to read a couple of verses out of Romans 13. This is Romans 13, verses 1 and 2. Let every person be subject to the governing authorities, for there is no authority except from God, and those that exist have been instituted by God. Therefore, whoever resists the authorities, resist what God has appointed, and those who resist will incur judgment. Men and women of the council, mayor, I just wanted to read this as a reminder to all of those who are watching you lead our town, but also as a reminder to you that you are here by the very appointment of God himself. And this is actually why often when you see someone sworn into leadership, they'll place their hand on a Bible, just because they're recognizing that the authority for them to actually be in the position of leadership is given to them by God himself, and they are accountable to God. And so just want to remind you of that as you take those promises and vows tonight, and also to remind us that we are to follow that leadership with respect and honor as God has appointed that. Let's pray. Father God, you are King. You are the ruler of all people and all things, of all of your creation. And tonight, as we are reminded that you place those who are in authority in the positions that they are in, and we are to respect them and pray for them, to be subject to them, to follow them. And Lord, we also pray for those who are in leadership, that they would lead with respect, that they would lead with love, that they would lead with care and with an appropriate mindset of humility for those that they are called to lead. We pray for this council tonight with the many items to discuss, and for their ongoing leadership for our town, that you would continue to give them wisdom as they lead. For Jesus' sake, amen.
Amen. Thank you, Pastor. At this time, stand if you're able, and we'll do the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag, led by Councilman Gambrell.
Place your hand on the heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, sir. Item 4, approval of the agenda. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Mr. Gambrell, do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Ms. Etheridge. Any discussion? District 1,
District 1, yes.
2,
Yes.
4, 5, 6,
Yes.
7,
Yes.
8,
Yes.
and I vote yes. The agenda has been approved. Adoption of the minutes from regular council meeting October 11th, 2021. Do I have a motion to adopt?
So moved.
Mr. Kraft, do I have a second? Ms. Lemon, any discussion? District 1,
Yes.
2,
Yes.
4,
Yes.
6,
Yes.
7,
Yes.
8,
Yes.
and the mayor votes yes. Motion passes. Mayor's report, item 6, our next regular council meeting will be December the 13th, 2021. Council committees report, Central Midlands COG, Councilmember Hall.
Central Midlands COG Board of Directors met on October 21st as a hybrid meeting, in person and Zoom, on the Harbison campus of Midlands Tech. There was a quorum, so we conducted business as far as the consent agenda. The majority of the meeting was consumed with presentations on comprehensive economic development strategy, natural hazard risk assessment and mitigation plan, and our long-term ombudsman program. There will be copies distributed of the comprehensive economic development plan as soon as I can have them made. The one major issue that arose was the difficulty in replacing staff in the COG. Despite an excellent compensation package and robust annual adjustments, several positions are still unfilled. Our next meeting will be December 9th on the airport campus.
Thank you, Mr. Hall. EPAC, Councilmember Prowse.
The EPAC meeting that was scheduled for October 20th was canceled at the last minute. There was no business to discuss, so I have nothing new to report.
Thank you, sir. And the Common Advisory Committee, Councilmember King.
The Common has met on several occasions. The Finance Committee has met, and our financial situation is very good, and the Common is in good standing. We also have a new executive director, Mr. Higgins, who was a member of the board. So we're glad to welcome him and several new staff members at this time. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And for Joint Municipal Water and Sewer Commission, they did have a meeting on October the 13th. The growth continues. The Charter Oak elevated water tank construction is underway. Design for phase 2 of a water transmission main is also complete. And they completed a small section in front of Lake Murray Elementary School to comply with a commitment to that school district. The audit is continuing, and a Wooten company has provided final plans for the Pillion Water Main project. And let's see, the old Cherokee St. Peter's Road relocation for traffic circle bid by SCOT is underway as well. And they do continue on about a 3.5% growth for the month. For the BL Chamber of Commerce update, Mr. Mike Taylor, the president, he had an emergency come up real quick and say, give me a call. I'm going to read the report for him. On behalf of the Arts of the Ridge and the Chamber, Mr. Mike would like to thank all town employees involved with their Fall for the Arts event on October 17th. He feels that the event was a tremendous success and enjoyed by all who attended. This coming Thursday, Midlands Technical College and BL Chamber will host a cybersecurity class for businesses. This will be held on the BL campus of MTC beginning at 6:15. Businesses will learn the basic explanations of the dark web, malware, ransomware, other technology buzzwords, how and why people want your information and what they do with it, ways to protect yourself, clients, your business, and any business planning on attending needs to contact the Chamber office. The Chamber Annual Awards Banquet will be Thursday, November 18th at TNS Farms, and Executive Director of SC First Steps will be our guest speaker. The BL Ministerial Alliance's Thanksgiving Community Service will be held on Sunday, November 21st, beginning at 6 p.m. Service will be held at Faith Lutheran Church, located at 119 North Oak Street. The 2021 Christmas Parade will be held on Sunday, December 5th, beginning at 5 p.m., and parade applications are on our website and Facebook page. The parade route this year will begin at the corner of Hendrick Street, Highway, and Highway 1. It You'll proceed down Highway 1 to Main Street and go to College Street. And that's Mr. Mike's report. Ms. Judy, are there any public comments? Thank you. Unfinished business, item 8. Second reading of ordinance to amend the stormwater management ordinance with changes made by the County of Lexington. Do I have a motion to approve second reading?
Make a motion to approve second reading of the storm water management ordinance.
Mr. Gambrell, do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Hall. Any discussion? District 1,
Yes.
2,
Yes.
3,
Just the 3 votes no.
4,
Yes.
6,
Yes.
7,
Yes.
8,
Yes.
and I vote yes. Motion passes. Item B, second reading ordinance to rezone property located at 645 Academy Street from C1 General Commercial to C2 Transitional Commercial. Do you have a motion to adopt second reading?
So moved.
Mr. Hall, do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Prowse, any discussion? District 1,
Yes.
2,
Yes.
3,
Just the 3 votes yes.
4,
Yes.
6,
Yes.
7,
Yes.
8,
Yes.
and I vote yes. Motion passes. Item C, second reading of ordinance to rezone property located at 459 North Lee Street from R2 General Residential to R1A Single Family and Manufactured Housing Residential. Do I have a motion to adopt second reading?
So moved.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Thank you. Second? Ms. Lemon, any discussion? District 1,
Yes.
2,
Yes.
3,
Just the 3 votes yes.
4,
Yes.
6,
Yes.
7,
Yes.
8,
Yes.
and I vote yes. Motion passes. New business with a proclamation celebrating Miss Vanetta Etheridge's 100th birthday service and service to Batesburg-Leesville. I have a proclamation. I would like to bring it up. This is a small bag. Gotta get my glasses. Little proclamation, you wanna come up and stand with me? Come up here, come up here and we'll face everybody. Right on over here. Grab that arm and stand right here, however you want. I'm gonna throw these on, look at these beautiful people. Glasses on. Just wired in, here we go. All right. Whereas Miss Vanetta Etheridge just celebrated her 100th birthday, having been born on October the 15th, 1921. And whereas Miss Etheridge worked for 10 years at Lexington County Hospital and 20 years at Reichert Nursing Home. And whereas Miss Etheridge has been a member and served the same church, St. John CME Church, for all 100 years of her life. Her service to the church includes secretary, ushering, missionary work, singing in the choir, and participating with the Daisy Doshi and Martha Circle. And whereas for 40 years, Ms. Etheridge admirably served as a caregiver and assisted many residents with in-home care and has provided community service work with Meals on Wheels. And whereas Ms. Etheridge's hobbies include eating out at her favorite restaurant, Ruby Tuesdays, shopping, riding around with family, drinking healing spring water, there we go, somebody better market this, doing crossword puzzles, reading poems, cooking, and sitting in her old friend rocking chair, observing everything. And whereas Miss Etheridge is the mother of 4 sons, James Lomax, Benny Etheridge, Kirby Lomax, and Nathan Etheridge. Now therefore be it resolved, the mayor and town council of the town of Batesburg-Leesville do hereby recognize Miss Vanetta Etheridge for her 100th birthday and her life to service in our community.
Pastor, did you want to get a picture? Please, come on. Pass. Pass. Here's your pass.
No, thank
I'd block that camera in a heartbeat, wouldn't I?
Y'all like to see it. If anybody wants to slip out, y'all slip on out. That's fine.
Did you want to give her that copy?
We're
gonna get a frame for it. I did.
We'll get you.
Bring me some of that healing water. Bring me some of that healing water.
I want some. When you come, bring it back here. And I'll pay you for your trouble. Thank you so much. Be person.
Oh, we need to take a vote.
At this time, I do need to make a motion to accept the resolution. Proclamation, thank you. Mr. Gambrell. And Ms. Lemon, second it. District 1?
Yes.
2?
Yes.
3?
District 3 votes yes.
4?
Yes.
6?
Yes.
7?
Yes.
8?
Yes.
I vote yes. Proclamation passes, thank you. Resolution for Veterans Day 2021. And whereas for more than 2 centuries, individuals from all walks of life have taken up arms and sworn an oath to support and defend the principles upon which our country was founded. And whereas throughout our history, courageous men and women have donned the uniform of our armed forces and built a noble tradition of faithful and dedicated service to our nation. And whereas Veterans Day has been set aside as both a national and state holiday to honor those American patriots who answered the call of duty, preserving our freedoms and often making the ultimate sacrifice. And whereas we can never fully repay our debt of gratitude to those heroic men and women who served, were wounded, or even died in battle. And whereas the unwavering commitment of our soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, Coast Guardsmen, and merchant mariners have preserved our freedom, saving millions around the world from tyranny. And whereas it is fitting that all citizens of Batesburg-Leesville honor America's military veterans whose selfless service and sacrifice we enjoy freedom and liberty. Now therefore be it resolved that the Mayor and Town Council of Batesburg-Leesville do hereby recognize Thursday, November 11th, 2021 as Veterans Day. Do I have a motion to approve the resolution?
So moved.
Mr. Prowse, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Sethrick. Any discussion? District 1,
Yes.
2,
Yes.
3,
District 3 votes yes.
4,
Yes.
6,
Yes.
7,
Yes.
8,
Yes.
and I vote yes. The resolution passes. Moving to new business, continuing new business, council vote, item C, council vote to excuse the absence from last month's meeting for council member Wise.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we excuse the absence of Mr. Wise at the last meeting.
Mr. Hall, do I have a second?
Second.
Sethridge? Any discussion? District 1,
Yes.
2,
Yes.
3,
District 3 votes yes.
4,
Yes.
6,
Yes.
7,
Yes.
8,
Yes.
and I vote yes. Motion is approved. Item D is first reading of ordinance to annex .71 acres owned by Mary V. Warren Estate and located at 103 West Church Street into the town limits of Batesburg-Leesville, Lexington County, and the TMS number is 5900-06032. Do I have a motion to approve first reading?
Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve first reading of the annexation as identified in the council packet.
Mr. Prowse, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Wise. Any discussion?
I have a question. Will this automatically be zoned C1, or will council be required to take zoning action?
To answer that question, the annexation is in conjunction with a C1 zoning. Or C1 zoning is in conjunction
With the annex.
to the annexation.
So we're actually voting on both items at the same
Correct.
time?
Thank you. Any other discussion? Okay, vote for first reading. District 1,
Yes.
2,
Yes.
3,
District 3 votes yes.
4,
Yes.
6,
Yes.
7,
Yes.
8.
Yes.
I vote yes. First reading passes. Item E, first reading ordinance to repeal and replace the business license ordinance of the town with changes required by Act 176 of the state of South Carolina. Do I have a motion to adopt first reading?
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion that we adopt Act 176 of the state of South Carolina as far as business license.
Mr. Gambrell, do I have a second?
Second?
Mr. Hall, any discussion? District 1,
Yes.
2,
Yes.
3,
District 3 votes yes.
4,
Yes.
6,
Yes.
7,
Yes.
8,
Yes.
and I vote yes. First reading passes. Item F, approval of contractor and funds for wastewater treatment plant aeration basin number 2 floating aeration project. Do you have a motion? Do you have a motion on this?
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion to approve the funds for contractor and funds for wastewater treatment plant aeration basin number 2. As presented by town.
As presented back. Thank you, Mr. Gambrell. Do you have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Prowse. Any discussion?
Mr. Mayor, I have some concerns.
Mr. Hall?
Number one, this directly is adverse to our existing purchasing ordinance, which says that we will bid this type of, unless there is an emergency or sole source bidding. My other concern is that I understand this is a federal grant, and stipulations on federal grants normally require bidding of such, and my concern is that if we are audited on this, it might affect future COG grants.
Mr. Hall? Mr. Luckett,
For clarification,
that, please.
We did, because it's Lexington County CDBG funding, we did reach out to Lexington County about the ability to negotiate with the contractor who was already on site working. They reached out to their HUD representative and got back with us that that would be acceptable.
Thank you. Any other discussion? District 1,
Yes.
2,
Yes.
3,
District 3 votes no.
4,
Yes.
6,
Yes.
7,
Yes.
8,
No.
and I vote yes. Motion passes. Item G, approval of funds for the purchase of a bucket truck. Do I have a motion to begin discussion?
For the purpose of discussion, I make a motion we set this as business needed.
Right, I would say.
Is the motion accepted?
What was the motion?
Say it one more time, Mr. Gambrell. If we're looking for a motion to open up the discussion.
I make a motion that we discuss from purchasing another bucket truck for use for the town.
Your Honor.
No.
Maybe so may I offer a
Please.
motion to see if it's acceptable, to follow staff recommendation to approve up to $60,000 from the Hop County Tax Fund towards purchasing a new water-use bucket. Is that your motion, Mr. Cameron?
Yes, sir.
Is that really not to exceed?
Not to exceed.
Thank you.
Okay, so is everyone clear on the motion? Does everyone understand the motion? Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Hall. Any discussion? District 1?
Yes.
2?
Yes.
3?
District 3 votes no.
4?
Yes.
6?
Yes.
7?
Yes.
8?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Motion passed. Item 8 is discussion regarding guardrails along Summerlin Drive. Mr. Luckadoo, do you have something to present on this, please?
Certainly. Last month at the end of the meeting, Councilwoman Mitchell asked that we put on the agenda for this month a discussion related to having, or talking with DOT about having guardrails installed along Summerlin Avenue, right there where Highland Avenue intersection is. Following the meeting, I met with Councilwoman Mitchell on site at that location just to get clarification on exactly where she was talking about. We discussed that. I provided DOT with a map of that location, and they have since gone out there and evaluated that location and have deemed it an acceptable area to have guardrails installed. They do have a SCDOT guardrail list, and they allocate so much money per year towards installing guardrails along secondary roads. This location has been placed on that list.
Thank you. Item I, let's see, discussion related to allowing council members to attend council meetings virtually for approved reasons. Is there a specific motion? Or, Mr. Luckady, would you like an open discussion, please?
Would you like to?
Just so moved that we do that. No?
It can't be done by a simple vote because it's in an ordinance. We would have to draft an ordinance, have advice in executive session, and vote on it twice. It's actually in the ordinance that it's not allowed. So
Okay.
if the council chooses to change it, then I need to draft an ordinance, and then we have to vote on it twice to allow it to happen.
Should we go to executive session on this issue before we proceed?
I would have advice that I would like to give council on that issue in executive session.
So can we delay this item until, action on this item until after executive session? Mr. Mayor?
Well,
That would be appropriate if that's council's.
if council's wish, it would be to go into executive session, would be right now, though, correct?
It can be put on until executive session.
It can?
I think the motion is to put it on until after executive session. If a 2/3 vote does that, we're fine.
If a motion is permitted at this time, since we are in discussion, then I move that we delay any action on this item until after the executive session already scheduled.
Do we need to amend the agenda to get it onto the executive session piece?
That's what you're doing.
That's what we're doing right now, okay.
In a second.
And so I have, okay, so that was the first one, Mr. Alden, a second? Second by Ms. Lennon. Okay. And we need a 2/3 vote because it's adjusting the agenda. District 1?
Yes. Yes.
District 2?
Yes.
District 3?
District 3 votes no.
District 4?
Yes.
District 6?
Yes.
District 7?
Yes.
District 8?
Yes.
And I vote yes, motion passed. Item J, acceptance of results from the November 2nd, 2021 election. Mr. Bradley, if you would present, please.
I've got the signed statement of return votes from Lexington County. When I pass this up, you're going to see there's also votes from Lexington County. I'm not going to read the votes out. based on the election results, Mayor Scholl was reelected as mayor. Ms. Barbara Brown was elected to District 1. Steve Kane was elected to District 3. Shirley Etheridge Mitchell was elected to District 5, and Jason Krause was elected to District 7.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we accept those results.
Motion by Mr. Hall, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Wise. Any discussion? District 1?
Yes.
2?
Yes.
3?
District three votes yes.
4?
Yes.
6?
Yes.
7?
Yes.
8?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Motion passes. Item K is recognition of outgoing council member District 1, Cynthia Etheridge. Hate to lose. All right. The town of Batesburg-Leesville is presented to Ms. Cynthia Etheridge in recognition of your dedicated service to the citizens and town of Batesburg-Leesville, having served town council, District 1, December 2018 through November 2021.
Just get her sweater. Get it, no, that's, no,
You can have the candy, Miss Etheridge. The least we can do. We'll send you more.
Before we start swearing people in, there's something that I wrote years ago, because sometimes these swearing in, they kind of just seem like it's just something you have to do to take office. And so I did a little research, and I like to read this because it kind of gives, kind of bounces off what the Reverend said earlier. In 2002, Lieutenant Colonel Kenneth Haskell of the United States Air Force wrote the oath of office, a historical guide to moral leadership. He wrote that an oath is a solemn appeal to God to witness the truth of a statement or the sincerity of a promise, coupled with an appreciation of divine judgment in the event of a falsehood or breach of obligation. The sincere, unyielding sanctity of the oath must be regularly reiterated. It needs to be acknowledged every time before it is administered, so those who are about to take it understand the implications of following, honor its significance. In both Merriam-Webster's and Keskel's research, the oath is considered a solemn appeal to God, an entity revered by many as a supreme being, the ultimate force that we all must answer to. That sets the framework for what level of reverence, respect, honor, and trust an oath is given. It puts an oath at the highest level of expectation and responsibility. An oath is just not a few words toward an indoctrinational ritual. It is not a procedural checkbox. The words of an oath are not to be taken lightly. They are a commitment of service to others. They are a commitment to integrity, honor, and trust. So when you step to the podium and raise your right hand in front of your family, friends, and the community that puts its trust in you, know the words you swear are a solemn commitment to those you stand before. Don't let them down. Ms. Brown, you are first up. Stand right there. You got another job to do over here. That's when you get home, they ain't here. Place your left hand on the Bible and raise your right hand. There you go. I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I am duly qualified,
that I am duly qualified
according to the Constitution of this state,
according to the Constitution of this state,
to exercise the duties
to exercise the duties
of the office
of the office
to which I have been elected,
which I have been elected,
and that I will,
and that I will,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
discharge the duties thereof,
discharge the duties thereof,
and preserve,
protect,
protect, and
and defend
the Constitution of this state
the Constitution of this state
and of the United States.
and of the United States.
As council member
As council member
of the town of Batesburg-Leesville,
of the town of Batesburg-Leesville,
I will equally,
fairly,
and impartially, to the best of my ability
to the best of my ability
and skill, exercise the trust reposed in me,
exercise the trust imposed in me,
and I will use my best endeavors
my best endeavors
to protect peace
to protect the peace
and carry into effect,
and carry in effect,
according to the law,
according to the law,
the purpose for which I have been elected.
the purpose of which I have been elected.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
I'm going that way.
Ms. Kane. Mr. Mitchell is right, very good. Ms. Mitchell's not here, she was feeling the weather, so I ask everybody to say a prayer for her. She's feeling good tonight, so we will swear her in next month. Mr. Price. 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 I do solemnly swear that I am duly qualified, according to the Constitution of this state, to exercise the duties of the office to which I have been elected, and that I will, to the best of my ability, discharge the duties thereof, and preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of this state and of the United States. As council member of the town of Batesburg-Leesville, I will equally, fairly, and impartially, to the best of my ability, and skill, exercise the trust reposed in me, and that I will, use my best endeavors, to preserve the peace, and carry into effect, according to the law, the purpose for which I have been elected. So help me God.
Oh, you get cross country.
I do solemnly swear
that I am duly qualified,
according to the Constitution of this state,
to
exercise the duties
of the office
to
which I have been elected,
and that I will,
to the best of my ability,
discharge the duties thereof,
and preserve,
protect,
and defend
the Constitution of this state
and of the United States.
As mayor
Of the town of
Batesburg-Leesville,
I will equally,
fairly,
and impartially,
to the best of my ability
and skill,
exercise the trust
reposed in me,
and I will use
my best endeavors
to preserve the peace
and carry into effect,
and carry into effect,
according to the law,
according to
to the law,
for the purpose for which I have been elected.
the purpose for which I have been elected.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Item 10, Manager's Report, Mr. Luckadoo. Thank you, Mr. Bradley. And welcome, everyone.
All right, good evening, everyone, and congratulations to everyone who just sworn in, and I just want to publicly state for Ms. Etheridge, who just left District 1, that I thoroughly appreciated her service to the town from my standpoint as well. And look forward to working, continue working with everybody else. With that, in follow-up to last month's vote on the Rich Spring contract, it has been signed by both parties at this point. So the existing agreement between our two towns will terminate effective September 30th, 2023. So just wanted to update that has been fully executed between both towns. Upcoming town holidays, just to update y'all as well as let the community know, we are entering the holiday season. We have a number of town holidays coming up over the next couple of months. Town offices will be closed on the following dates. This Thursday, November 11th for Veterans Day, November 25th and 26th for the Thanksgiving holiday, December 23rd, 24th, and 27th for the Christmas holiday, and then with New Year's falling on a Saturday this year, we will be closed New Year's Eve, December 31st for that. Town events, we just had what I would call a very successful Halloween on Main event. We estimated between 2,000 and 3,000 people attended that on Main Street this year. We have received a ton of positive feedback, and we appreciate the being held on a Sunday when all the businesses are closed along that. We ended up having 13 merchants open their doors and participate in the Halloween on Main event, which really makes it so much more better when they can be up and running. And we had over 15 residential homes and 4 churches take part in the event. So we appreciate everyone that came out. We appreciate the merchants and the churches and the residential homes that all took part to make this successful. As Mr. Taylor's report stated earlier, the town Christmas parade will be held on December 5th at 5:00 p.m. And the Leesville merchants will hold their annual Christmas in Leesville event on Friday, December 3rd from 6 to 8:00 p.m. if anyone wishes to go out and participate in that. Wastewater treatment plant improvement project. Since the last council meeting, North American Construction Company has finalized its work on basin number 1. The new floating aerators have been installed and are working great. I got the chance to go out there and meet with DHEC and the contractors on site on Friday. And those new floating aerators almost have class 1 or class 2 rapids coming off of them. So they are pushing a lot of air through those basins at this point. Like I said, DHEC was on site and they issued us an operating permit for the new floating aerators because it's a change in style. They had to re-permit Basin 1. They have issued that permit. With regards to the Headworks project, we anticipate the new screws being in sometime in the month of December. The foundation is ready for the new digester tank to be installed once Fisher Tank has finished their construction of that. And electrical work continues on the Headworks project at this time. Our sewer collection GIS project, we are at a point where we can all but call this project complete. The contractor surveyed over 586 manholes, and they were able to combine their data with the data that Fraser Engineering had from the infiltration and inflow study, and they were able to put a total of 777 manholes into the new GIS software. They were also able to take our old paper plans and convert them into as-builts that were overlaid in the new GIS system as well. We did hold a training session, it was either last week or the week before, I can't remember now. But we had a training session on the new GIS system. And so now, while our guys are out in the field, they have the ability to go on and pull our sewer collection system up while in the field on computers versus having to put plans out on the hood of the truck and see what they're working with. So, nice to move forward with the technology. And special thanks to Lexington County, who's sitting back here. They were able to provide us with our fire hydrants, the parcel data information. We were able to get our council districts put into it. We're working to get maps for our trash and lemon leaf collection to include in the GIS. We have our zoning information from Central Midlands that they provided us to put into it. So it's kind of becoming a one-stop shop for us with regards to GIS. Sewer infiltration and inflow project. Fraser Engineering has completed all the CCTV work on the additional lines they were going to do. That information has been reviewed by them. They have updated their final draft document for their study to include cost estimates and a priority ranking of the issues that they found. We are going to schedule a work session for them to present their findings to council here soon, and we're working with them to try and line that date up and to discuss what approach we want to take towards addressing those priorities that were identified. Lastly, financial update for the town. For non-utility funds, we ended the month of October with $1,550,403.90. Our utility funds, not including the American Rescue Plan funds nor the revenue bond funds, ended at $3,236,770.84. And our hospitality tax checking ended the month at $676,371.70 for a total of all funds at $5,463,546. On the second page, as I do each month, it's a side-by-side comparison of the month ending October, going back from 2014 to 2021. So if you would like to see where we are in conjunction with other years at this point in the budget year. The general fund operating revenues ended at 24% at the end of October, at $1,144,517, and operating expenses ended at 33% at $1,541,081.63. For the utility fund, operating revenues were at 37%, just over $1.2 million, and operating expenses were at 48%. Now, one item that I did want to note on this, that was a pretty significant jump from last month to this month, and it's higher than the 33% that we should be at. I have put an asterisk under there. The operating expenses do include $665,588 that's reflected as expenses that are actually expenses that came from the revenue bond towards the wastewater treatment plant improvement project. So those are funds that we have to show as an expense going out on the line item and reflect, but it's not really part of the everyday operating expenses. So just wanted to note that. The Victims Assistance Fund revenue ended at 29% at $2,172, and operating expenses at 34%, $2,579. And the Hospitality Tax Fund operating revenues ended at 38% at $214,473, and operating expenses is at 25% at $142,972. And that is my report.
Thank you, Mr. Luckett. Hey, where are we with the Shirley Street project?
You want to answer that?
Yeah, we've done the preliminary title search and found who the owners are. There's one piece of property in particular that looks problematic because I think there are 5 different owners from one piece of property. We have to get each of them across.
Talking about Miss Merriweather? Miss Merriweather?
Yes, it's in an estate that got split up, and there's some.
Sister Merriweather, do you mind if we take over that street that you?
That's only one of the 5 people that own it. It doesn't work
Okay,
out.
I'm just asking.
Beyond
You understand
that,
what we're talking about, Sister Merriweather?
Beyond that, we.
On Shirley Street.
Beyond that, we started looking at the other end of Shirley Street where it comes in back into William Street. And it may be a simpler fix if we can get an easement across one piece of property and make that an extension from the other street. And so we're trying to figure out which is going to be the most cost-effective way and easiest way of doing it with disrupting the fewest number of landholders, I guess, is the best way to say it.
All right, thank you. Item 11, executive sessions. Tonight we have discussion regarding potential economic development opportunity in the VL Industrial Park, and we'll also address information regarding council members to attend council meetings virtually. Do I have a motion to enter executive session?
So moved.
Mr. Hall, do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Mr. Crown. District 1? District 1?
Yes.
Thank you. 2?
Yes.
3?
Just took your vote, Judge.
4? 6?
Yes.
7?
Yes.
8? District 8?
Yes.
Executive session, thank you. And I vote yes, we are in executive session, thank you. At this time, I would like to have a motion to return to regular session. Do I have a motion?
Yes. Mr. Mayor.
Ms. Brown? You have the floor.
A motion to return
To regular session.
to regular session.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Hall, thank you. District 1? District 1, we're voting on coming back to regular session.
Yes.
Thank you. District 2?
Yes.
District 4? District 6?
Yes.
District 7?
Yes.
District 8?
Yes.
And I vote yes. We are back in regular session, thank you. We have no possible actions this evening. Item 13, potential agenda items for next month's meeting. Do we have anything? All right, item 14, do I have a motion to adjourn?
Mr. Mayor, I move we adjourn.
Mr. Hall, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Lemon. I'm taking Ms. Lemon. And District 1, to adjourn?
Yes.
2?
Yes.
4? 6?
Yes.
7?
Yes.
8?
Yes.
And I vote yes. We are adjourned. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.